Imagine touching a wall and realizing it's alive, not stone, but silk. Deep beneath the border of Albania and Greece, inside the Vramoner Canyon, there's a cave where the air smells of sulfur and the water never cools below 26 degrees. Down there, in the permanent dark, something has been weaving for years, maybe decades. Today's story, the Sulfur Cave spider colony, perhaps the largest communal web ever found on Earth. And a question for you. Is this just another curiosity of evolution, or a glimpse into what life becomes when it no longer needs light? They call it the Sulfur Cave for a reason. A thin stream runs through it, heavy with hydrogen sulfide. The walls are slick with white microbial mats, sulfur oxidizing bacteria that survive without sunlight. This is a world powered by chemistry, not photosynthesis. There's no day here, no wind, no seasons. Only the hiss of water, the constant humidity, and a heat that feels like being trapped inside the lungs of the earth. For centuries, life has quietly built its own order here. One layer of silk, slime, and adaptation at a time. When researchers from Sapientia University first entered the inner chambers, they noticed something shimmering beyond the beam of their lamps. At first, they thought it was mineral, a reflection from wet stone. Then they realized the entire wall was moving. The web stretched over 100 square meters, thick, rippling layers that folded into one another like the walls of a city. Dozens of funnels, passageways, and hollow tubes spiraled upward. It wasn't a spider's home. It was an architecture. DNA analysis revealed something that shouldn't exist. Over 111,000 spiders living together, two different species sharing the same silk domain. The first, the common house spider, Tegenaria domestica. The second, a smaller species, Prinerigone vagans, a type of sheet web weaver. Under normal conditions, Tegenaria hunts Prinerigone, predator and prey. But in the darkness, the rules fell apart. The larger species lost its reliance on sight, and aggression faded. Instead, they built side by side, connected, not divided. It's the first documented case of two common spider species forming a stable joint colony, one that acts less like a collection of individuals and more like a single organism. So how does 100,000 spiders survive when nothing green grows? The answer starts with something that looks like slime. Sulfur bacteria spread across the stone like thin skin. Tiny larvae, midge flies, feed on that bacterial film. When they mature, they take flight inside the cave, forming thick clouds above the sulfur stream. That's when the web comes alive. A soft vibration, a blur of motion, thousands of legs reacting in sequence. The midges hit the silk like raindrops and vanish into the system. It's a perfect loop. No plants, no sunlight, just chemical energy recycled through patience and predation. From a distance, the web looks like pale coral, motionless. But when the lights go off, the sound begins. Tiny clicks, shifting air, a pulse that rolls through the silk itself. Infrared cameras recorded synchronized movements, waves of spiders responding together to a single vibration, as if the entire colony was wired into one shared signal. Scientists measured the silk. Some strands were up to 0.8 millimeters thick, combining several silk types twisted together. Its tensile strength rivaled steel, yet it flexed like skin. Cut one thread, and tension spread across the wall, like nerves firing in a body. It was hard not to think of it as alive. Genetic testing revealed a surprise. The Tegenaria population in the cave wasn't identical to surface spiders. It had already drifted into a distinct genetic branch. A single mutation away, yet ecologically isolated. Inside their bodies, the microbial community was simplified, stripped down to just a few resilient bacteria, mostly Wolbachia and Mycoplasma, the kind of microbes that thrive when oxygen runs thin. Even the egg sacs told a story. In the humid summer months, they contained far more embryos than in spring or fall. Life had learned to synchronize with the cave's constant warmth, ignoring the seasons above. It's the kind of slow, silent evolution that happens when time stops mattering. If you ask me, I've always had mild arachnophobia. Not the movie monster kind. It's more like a quiet hesitation in the back of my skull whenever something small moves faster than thought. But reading about this colony changed that. Because fear fades when you realize how fragile their world really is. A bubble of heat and sulfur, sealed off from the wind, surviving on microscopic life. This isn't a horror story. It's a lesson in adaptation. When light disappears, life finds another way. Species that would fight above ground share a single heartbeat below it. Is this simply behavior rewritten by environment? A coincidence born of darkness and need? Or is it something more? A primitive form of cooperation? The first whisper of collective intelligence? No one knows how long the web has existed. Some say decades, others suspect centuries, growing layer by layer until even the cave adapted around it. When scientists left, they sealed the entrance behind them to preserve the ecosystem. The web still hangs there now, breathing in silence, hidden from the world. Is this just evolution at work? Or the start of something older? Something that remembers what it means to build together? Tell me in the comments. And if you want to keep exploring the strange places life hides, stay curious and stay safe.